What's up guys, Kitty here. Alioth, being one of the newest cards, is actually going to make some old decks even better. Now before we get into it, don't forget to slap the like button so hard just like parents used to slap you when you were a child, and sub to the channel for free for more awesome Marvel Snap content. So, the deck we're going to talk about is Alioth Lane Control. As you can see here, this is an HE lane control deck with stuff like Storm, Professor X that you can lock down your opponents with. But with the addition of Alioth, it's on a new level because you can pretty much just eliminate everything they play on the final turn and just win the game. So, Alioth being the big bully is gonna be really great at contributing inside of a lane control deck. Let's take a quick look at the deck. We have the really strong 1-drops, Sunspot and Nebula. All you gotta be careful of is stuff like Killmonger. If you really want to keep these alive, you can consider running, say, an armor and replace Misty Knight with it. But hey, we got Misty Knight on our 1 spot as well. If you skip with energy, then it just buffs another card by 1. So yeah, this Misty Knight is pretty good to have on the board. Then Daredevil is just way too important in decks like this, because on turn 5, you will know exactly where to lock with Professor X or where to put down your Gamora and get that 5/12 power. Yep, with 5 cost, you can get 12 power, which is immense, and that is actually guaranteed with the help of Daredevil. Up next, we got Shocker. When you play it, it's going to reduce the cost of the leftmost card by 1. But the most important ones are going to be the 5-drops, of course. If you can go for your Professor X on turn 4, most of your opponents won't expect it, and you're in for a good time if you get off a great control lane, so they cannot add anything else into that location. If you lock your own Sunspot or Nebula lane, you're pretty much gonna win it because you just keep getting more and more power into the location where your opponents just cannot play anything there. Well, then there's Storm. Storm is just a great card to have because next turn is going to be the final turn you can play cards in there because it's flooding. And then you slap down a Cyclops on turn 4, then it's already starting to go pew pew and get the minus power on your opponent's side. So, Storm turn 3, Cyclops turn 4 is just way too strong a combo that pretty much just wins you the lane. Of course, you know, HE is here to buff all these cards, but you don't really want to play HE at all. It's kind of a dead card, but it makes a lot of the cards in your deck much stronger. We've already talked about the 5-drops, so let's go for Alioth. Okay, this is what makes this deck even more fearsome. You play down your early game powerhouse and Nebula, Sunspot, all the good stuff, then you win one of the locations with Storm, Cyclops lockdown, or Professor X lockdown. Well, then you only gotta win one more location to win the game, and Alioth is great help here. You just slap down enough power, say a turn 5 Gamora, and then on turn 6, if they want to exceed that power, they have to play something really big, like, I don't know, a 6-drop like Hulk, or, you know, whatever. But then your Alioth just comes out, boom, blast them away. Alioth is strongest when you got priority, and you can just eliminate all the cards before they get their on-review effects. So there we go. If you got initiative, you can just blast them so easily if you can predict where they gotta play their cards. And most of the time, it's very obvious because, well, you will be winning 1 or maybe even 2 locations already. So, if you can just play Alioth down, you know exactly when your opponent needs to play cards to win them the game. Then you just Alioth there and delete all their final turn plays. So there we go, guys. This is the deck. One flag slot, though, is this Doctor Doom lane. Because, okay, with Doctor Doom, you really want to buff up your Storm location, right? If you have already gone for Prof X, then Doctor Doom does not add a card there. Doctor Doom is already great with the buff on the Doom bots. Everything is 5 now. But the thing is, sometimes you just don't need Doctor Doom. Storm, Cyclops, as mentioned, is just so strong that you don't need additional power. So I would say if you want to replace Doctor Doom, you can definitely go for something like a Hulk. Yep, most of the time, on the final turn, you would only need more power. And of course, Alioth is a great control card, but if you're losing by far, then your Hulk that is buffed by skipping energy will win you the game. So if you don't like Doctor Doom in its deck, definitely go for the Hulk. So there we go, these are the basics of the deck. Let's jump right into some games and see how good Alioth will make lane control decks. Okay, so with Quinjet Kitty Pryde, it's pretty obvious they're running a Loki deck. Yeah, those guys are all over the place right now, so if you want to win against those, well, maybe lane control deck can help you. But be careful when you're playing, storm locations. Storm, Cyclops is great, but if they got a collector down in that particular location, then, well, you're in for a bad time. So when you see the collector on turn 2, you can storm another location. And then you can prevent getting completely wrecked by a really overpowered collector. Okay, so they don't got collector, which is great. Now with Daredevil at 1, I can play it alongside the Doctor Strange I got from Camp Lehi. Not a particularly good play, but I'm gonna live with that. Or maybe I could have skipped the Doctor Strange and just feed the power to Sunspot. Yeah, I don't really think the opponent is gonna have a Killmonger, so I don't know. And now the Kitty Pryde is going really strong. This is where that Devil comes in. On turn 5, I got the Prof X in hand, and now I can know exactly where to go for Prof X so I don't waste my 5 energy. Honestly, guys, I low-key think I made a mistake here, because I'm pretty sure locking Asteroid M is the best. Because the next turn I want to Alioth, right? Yeah, I totally should lock mid, because if I Alioth next turn, it's not really gonna matter if they got like 3 or 4 cost cards that can be played on the left side. And you know what I mean, right? Because with Asteroid M, those 3, 4 cost cards are gonna get yanked over, so they can dodge Alioth. Yeah, and that's kind of scary. But I'm just gonna play Alioth in the middle right now, because, we already locked the right side. Well, honestly, next time when you're in this kind of situation, just lock middle with Professor X, Alioth on the right side, and that's pretty much gonna guarantee you the victory. Now, okay, the lucky part is they went for this particular play where nothing can be yanked with Asteroid M, and I'm gonna destroy everything. Yeah, the Kitty Pryde collector did a little bit of work, but that's not enough to beat Alioth. So yeah, if they didn't play anything and just go for the Loki on the left side, they would have won the game. Lucky. So there we go, guys. This is how you win games with Alioth lane control. So you can see the Prof X lockdown plus Alioth on another location is definitely really strong and hard for your opponents to deal with. But what you gotta do is know exactly which location to lock. Now let's move on to the next victim. They're running Nebula as well, so it might be a mirror matchup. I'm not too sure what exactly they're running, because Nebula can fit into a ton of decks. Oh, seriously. So far, the plays are the same. So I can consider playing Sunspot elsewhere. Okay. HE with Wasp. Okay. Yeah, this is not a very good turn. Because, you know, we either Misty Knight or High Evolutionary. I mean, High Evolutionary is just way too bad, so I'd rather play my Misty Knight just so I can buff my Sunspot and then go for another buff with the Misty Knight. Okay, this turn isn't too bad. I mean, I don't draw on curve, but our stuff are actually not too bad. Alright, the opponent did not expect the Cyclops on the right side, that's why they lock with Profits. Because, you know, a lot of times when people just rely on their Daredevil way too much, it's hard for them to predict. Because we got Daredevil on each side, so they cannot rely on that. And that was actually great news for us. We're definitely going to win the right side, even if they got a Jeff, it's not going to matter. So, all we got to think about is, where do we Alioth? Okay, I'm not too sure if I would settle for 2 cubes, but I'm pretty sure I win, so I may well just let it roll. But at this point of the game, I was like, they're taking way too long. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna snap. It's kind of like, you know, calling a timer on them, right? I just want to check if they're here or not. And obviously, they are. So there we go. We don't even see what cards they play on the final turn. Alioth just simply takes care of that. And that, ladies and gents, is how important it is to have initiative on the final turn. Your Alioth just wipes them out. They don't got time to go for their own review shenanigans, to go for sneaky wins against you. You just dominate the game if you got initiative with Alioth. So GG well played to the opponent. Hopefully you guys can see how strong Alioth is with this deck. Now let's move on to the next victim. Alright, we got Nebula, Misty Knight, all that good stuff. And now on turn 3, do we top deck into something good? I guess we can just Cyclops on the right side, because they are bound to play stuff into Clin, right? Okay. They're still not playing anything into Clin, so... Right now, I'm just gonna Cyclops the left side, because we got Doctor Doom. It's okay to leave Clin open, I guess? But the answer is no, because they got the She-Hulk. I was wondering, why would they skip? It's because of that. If I have gone for Cyclops on the right side, then there is... Yeah, it is obviously enough for us to, you know, win back the lane. Sadly, we didn't, so we gotta live with that. Yeah, and this is a beautiful sight, people. Daredevil spying on the enemies. Alright, they're running Typhoon Mary Luke Cage. I have not seen that for a while, but I can respect that. Sadly, it's not enough to deal with Gamora. See, they got a ton of power, but we got 23 against their 17, and they've already clocked up their location. I don't think they have... Yeah, I don't think they can win the game. I mean, yeah, they got initiative, but not sure if that deck can win against the pure power of Alioth. Yeah, they are running quite a pure power deck on their own. Maybe they got stuff like Red Skull, but yeah, that's not enough. Let's see what their play is. Orca. Okay, that is a great card. 16 power on their own. But nope. Everything that is like that's got to bow to Alioth. We win with 1 card in the middle. They got nothing. And we clutch the victory with 2 locations won. So GG well played to the opponent. Yeah, those pure power plays is not good enough against Alioth. So GG well played to the opponent. Let's move on to the next victim. Remember in the intro I talked about a potential replacement for Doctor Doom? it's gonna be Hulk. This game is gonna illustrate why. So, well, we got Nebula down, Shocker. Not exactly the best target, but it is what it is. A 1-cost Storm is not bad at all. Imagine if that landed on Professor X. I could have just locked down any of the locations right now. But maybe not the left side. Either mid or right. That is, if Shocker actually gets the double proc onto Professor X. Okay, they got a Cosmo against our Storm. Ew. But well, we don't got a good play on turn 4 as well. The only thing we can slap down is High Evolutionary. Okay. So mid is pretty much gone because of obvious reasons, right? So without the Daredevil, we gotta decide. Do we lock the left or the right? I'm pretty sure locking the left side will lose us the game, because they can just pass turns and Sunspot will get a ton of power, being the only card that is strong in Throne Room. Okay guys, this is actually very clutch. We get down the Professor X, and with Armor plus Jeff, it's not enough to win on the right side. So I think we got that, well, locked down. So on the final turn, I don't think we win here. But before I get to retreat, the opponent retreats first. Yeah, obviously when they saw the deck, saw our deck, they are expecting a Hulk, right? So a huge Hulk on the left side is definitely gonna win Throne Room. The thing is, yeah, the Sunspot is the strongest right now alongside our Nebula, but that's gonna change really soon. Even if they skipped 6 energy, yeah, 11 is not good enough to beat the Hulk. So there we go. That is why I said, if you don't want to run Doctor Doom, you can definitely replace it with Hulk. So GG roleplay to the opponent, because, you know, Hulk is just way too fearsome, even if it's not in the deck. The opponent fears the Hulk and has to retreat before we did. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to slap the like button so hard, just like your parents used to slap you when you were a child, and sub the channel for free for more awesome Marvel Snap. And check out some of the video guides down in the description below. Now have a great day, everybody, and peace out.